Hello everybody, Floppy Hat Photos back here again for a random rant. And today's random rant isn't that bad. It's more of just an annoyance necessarily than a rant, but it is basically based on people who just don't really pay attention and really know like it doesn't make sense when you don't think things through. Had to meet a gentleman today to pay for a 10,000 pound two-post car lift I had installed, and didn't communicate with me ahead of time when I was getting it put in, whatever, so wasn't around to pay him then. So we had to meet and pay him, which no big deal. Told him where I lived, on the street, gave him my exact address, but I told him I was exactly 1 mile south of this intersection, whatever, and stuff and whatnot. And he's like, okay. And we basically trying to reach, we talked back and forth last night on text, and then I told him I can meet him anywhere, just I have this other stuff going in the morning, so we got to work around it. And he's like, no response, didn't hear from him at all. So I'm like, okay, whatever, just let it go. In the morning, he asked me if I'd meet him way out by the interstate. There's a little gas station out there, which is not that bad. It's like 8 minutes, probably 8 miles away. So not the end of the world, but it's just kind of a strange thought. So I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. Maybe he's gonna turn back around, jump back on the interstate, no problem. But to get there from my house, which he knows, again, where I live, we talked about it, he knows the area, he's from around here. I drive out there, and then I have to go all the way underneath the interstate, go through a stoplight, make a U-turn, come back, go to the stoplight again, come back, and then pull into the little gas station, because it's not even my side of the road, which, hey, whatever, it is what it is. He could have met me literally 25 yards farther down at a trailhead for like mountain biking and stuff and running, and I wouldn't have had to make the big loop, wait for 2 stoplights and all that good fun stuff. But and of course we're meeting super early, so I got school kids out and all that kind of thing, which isn't in the world, but it kind of is a thing. So I'm trying to get out and get back so I can meet the inspector to do the I don't know what to call it, the patio inspection. So I'm like, okay, cool, no big deal, it's all good. So I went ahead and said, hold it, get out there and stuff. Then I pay him. He'd already emailed me receipts, we're all good there, we're good to go. So I basically take off and I start heading back in, and he follows me, and he drives behind me and follows me the 7 miles back to the corner of my road where I turn off and then go straight ahead, which why I had to drive the extra 14 miles and make the 2 stoplights and do the U-turn past the stoplights and past the interstate and all that kind of thing when he was driving right back here. Makes no sense, because one, he was already there waiting for me longer, so it would have been longer time for him to wait for me. We could have met at the corner of my road. Anywhere else here, there's a dozen other places we could have met. I would have happily given him extra, a few bucks to just drive the 1 mile down my street, because he drove right past me. Drive the 1 mile down my street, I could walk down, hand it to him, I wouldn't have to leave the car, I wouldn't do nothing. Hand the money, I've been happy to do it, because I'm still waiting for somebody to show up here. Don't know when exactly they're showing up, but they're supposed to show up in the morning, and it can really hinder my life and delay things. I have to reschedule it all over again with that whole thing, so it doesn't make sense. So if you know somebody says, hey, I live right here, you know where it is, why make them drive? Don't make them drive 16 miles round trip, deal with all that stuff when you're within 2 miles of their house, actually within 1 mile of their house. You're gonna come by, and then if you are going to come back that way, don't follow them back to their house, basically, where they're seeing that you made them drive out of there for no damn reason. Like, that made no sense to me at all. Like, not 1 ounce of sense was made for that. So if somebody kind of hints that they're interested in having you like come to their place, whatever, in that, and the extra 20 bucks, I would happily pay 20 bucks, not drive out there, not be away from the house, not deal with all this stuff, because I have to leave the dogs inside. I got the dogs jumping on my wife. I'm not there to monitor them while I'm gone. So take the 20 bucks and drive the 1 mile down the street to get your money. Or 2, just agree to meet him when you, especially when you're coming back by here, because he could have just drove here, would have met at that time, would have saved us both a lot of hassle and a lot of BS. But I don't understand, people just don't see the concept of, they don't look things through, like, hey, this is a spot, I know this spot, we'll meet here, this is convenient for me. But it wasn't any more convenient for him, because he had to wait for me longer, because I had to go through the stoplights and stuff. And the time frame, he's like, well, I'm on my way, I can meet you over here, such and such time, whatever, yada yada yada, which is fine. By the time I got through there, got the lights and stuff back, it cost him part of his day as more too. So it made no sense. It would have been way quicker for him to drive the 1 mile off his route down to my house, hand him money, and then head back out. And what it saved him by being out there, because again, at least, or wait another 60 seconds until I go, so I'm out of sight of him. So I don't see you follow me right back to my house, basically. It makes no sense. But anyway, that's all I got for right now. I will talk to you guys soon. Hopefully not that soon, I guess. But anyway, talk to you guys later. Have yourself a safe and wonderful day. Get out there and live your best life.